that the producers, far left-wing activists in Hollywood, are turning on her, and Disney has canceled all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platforms. Kind of tough.
And there is no resolution in sight for the Walt Disney Company when it comes to Snow White 2025 at the box office. This is exactly why Bob Iger, the Disney CEO, is in pure panic mode over not just the Rachel Zegler backlash, but the entire backlash surrounding this movie in general.
After months of controversy, industry backlash, and non-stop criticism from fans, Disney has officially announced yet another reboot of Snow White. This decision follows the disastrous reception of the Rachel Zegler-led adaptation, a project now widely considered one of the studio's biggest failures in years. Speaking at a private media event, Disney executives described the new remake as a necessary course correction.
And just how once trusted critics that shilled for the Disney Company all the time, even they are beginning to turn their back against them. That's how bad this movie truly is. Even if you look at the IMDb rating score, that's when you really know how terrible this movie is and how it really hit rock bottom.
Disney is presenting this reboot as a renewed tribute to classic storytelling, aiming to restore audience trust and mend the studio's rocky relationship with its multi-generational fan base. The Rachel Zegler adaptation, originally pitched as a modern feminist reimagining of the 1937 classic, quickly sparked controversy for its drastic departures from the beloved source material.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
While Disney saw the film as a bold step forward, fans strongly disagreed. Social media exploded with backlash after Rachel Zegler made remarks that many saw as dismissive of the original film's legacy. Her statements, calling the prince character irrelevant and the romance awkward, quickly went viral, fueling heated debates and ultimately growing resentment toward the project.
After one hell of a PR tour, Disney's live-action Snow White is finally, I know, you were wondering.
Behind the scenes, Disney insiders revealed that executives were caught off guard by the intense backlash. While early test screenings received lukewarm responses, the true extent of the fallout didn't hit until the trailer dropped. Fan communities, nostalgic viewers, and film analysts quickly came together in frustration, outraged by the drastic changes to the beloved classic.
That despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them,
she's a good actress.
that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Wow. The ego on this girl is ridiculous.
Wow.
The backlash wasn't just loud, it refused to die down. For weeks, hashtags criticizing the film's creative direction dominated social media, forcing Disney's PR teams into damage control mode. Now, desperate to move past the controversy, the studio has officially announced a brand new Snow White project, set to begin production in late 2025.
And you have parents looking at Disney being like, what are you doing, guys? This is supposed to be a place where magic happens, and all you're doing is indoctrinating kids, and you're having this person be the poster child of the Democratic Party.
Although no official casting has been announced, Disney has made one thing clear. This remake will stay true to the emotional core and visual style of the original animated classic. That means bringing back beloved characters, musical numbers, and the enchanting fairy tale atmosphere that critics said the previous version completely abandoned. The fact that Disney is rushing into another adaptation so soon highlights just how high the stakes are, and how desperate the studio is to fix its mistakes.
Look no further than what Disney is doing with their woke, DEI, feminist agenda.
Disney has faced mounting pressure to defend its recent string of live-action remakes, many of which have struggled both critically and financially. With the Snow White brand at risk of permanent damage, executives are banking on a carefully crafted reboot to restore its reputation and win back audiences who once cherished the classic. Interestingly, insiders reveal that this new version will stick much closer to the 1937 film's original storyline, while allowing for subtle modern updates.
Tell me if this is attractive to you. Like, does this, imagine you invested into her being the face of the movie, and she's the main character and she's trying to promote the movie. Would this make you want to go watch the movie when she's starring in it and she's the main character.
According to insiders, these changes will be respectful, not revisionist. One producer explained that the goal isn't to fix what isn't broken, but to reintroduce timeless themes with a modern touch. This marks a dramatic shift from the previous version, which many felt was too eager to tear down the original's foundations. Meanwhile, casting rumors are already flying, though Disney has remained tight-lipped on the details.
She destroyed hundreds of millions of dollars worth of IP for Disney, but she also has destroyed her career and the careers of anybody who worked on the movie.
Sources close to the production reveal that Disney is searching for a lead actress who exudes classic Hollywood elegance, someone with charm, relatability, and strong vocal talent. Unlike the previous film, where off-screen remarks overshadowed the project, this time around, the studio is reportedly implementing stricter media training protocols to ensure that all public messaging aligns with the film's themes.
The producers, far left-wing activists in Hollywood, are turning on her, and Disney has canceled all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platforms. Kind of tough.
Disney's renewed commitment to cohesive storytelling comes after some tough lessons learned. Leaked documents from earlier this year exposed internal conflicts between the studio's marketing, creative, and public relations teams during the rollout of the Zegler film. These divisions resulted in inconsistent messaging and a promotional campaign that often seemed to undermine itself.
We'll still offend the dwarves, but we'll CGI dwarves. So we'll guarantee no employment for little people while getting rid of this other component that warranted CGI. It was the worst decision they could possibly make.
The new Snow White reboot is being developed under much tighter oversight to ensure past mistakes aren't repeated. But it's not just the film's reputation on the line. Merchandise from the previous Snow White adaptation flopped hard. Major retailers were forced to slash prices on toys and apparel just weeks after they hit the shelves, signaling a major commercial failure.
You could look at the fact that she has been sabotaging this film for years at this point, all in this sort of pursuit of entitlement.
Insiders at Disney's Consumer Products Division report that millions of dollars worth of Snow White merchandise remains unsold. A massive financial blow. Analysts warn that the company simply can't afford another commercial failure tied to one of its most iconic properties. In response, Disney has brought in a fresh team of creatives to lead the reboot, hoping to turn things around.
Every way that Disney changed the story, it changed it for the worse.
Early reports suggest the screenwriter is renowned for expertly blending sentimentality with powerful character development. The director, whose name will be announced soon, has an impressive track record working on both animated and live-action films that have captivated audiences worldwide. Company is confident that this dynamic duo will infuse the new version with depth, heart, and a universal connection that will resonate with viewers everywhere.
It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about
she's gonna die.
true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can.
While the plot will stay true to the original, some updates are unavoidable. Sources reveal that the forest animals, adored by fans of the classic, will make a comeback with stunningly enhanced animation, blending practical effects with CGI. The dwarfs, too, will be thoughtfully reimagined, steering clear of the controversies surrounding their redesign or exclusion in the last film. Music will once again be at the heart of the story, with fresh compositions seamlessly intertwined with timeless classics like Someday My Prince Will Come and Hi Ho.
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them,
One of the most significant changes is Disney's choice to bring back legacy animators and consultants who were key to past princess projects. Many of these individuals, who played a vital role in shaping the visual and narrative identity of the Renaissance-era films, are being called in to guide the tone, pacing, and emotional flow. Disney's leadership reportedly believes that reconnecting with the company's artistic roots is crucial for rebuilding goodwill. The project's initial press release took a notably humble approach, subtly acknowledging past missteps without pointing fingers.
Disney responded by scaling back the premiere. I don't know that anyone really showed up to the premiere. The Rotten Tomatoes reviews are looking pretty bad, and they did, it seems like they tried to tweak a few things, but this movie is bad.
We recognize the importance of honoring the stories that helped shape Disney into the powerhouse it is today, the statement read. This new chapter of Snow White is grounded in that respect and in our commitment to telling timeless tales for modern audiences. Though the message was subtle, the meaning was crystal clear. Disney knows it must be careful moving forward. Rachel Zegler, for her part, has stayed largely silent since the reboot's announcement. The actress, once celebrated for her breakout role in West Side Story, found herself at the heart of a social media firestorm last year as backlash over the remake grew. Her media appearances, intended to promote empowerment, were widely seen as tone-deaf or dismissive. Zegler later claimed her words had been taken out of context, but by then, the backlash had already taken hold. Her absence from the new film is no surprise, though no official statement has been made. Sources reveal that Disney wants a fresh start both on-screen and off. Whether Zegler will eventually comment remains unclear, but as of now, she seems to be distancing herself from the entire conversation. This also reflects Disney's desire to keep the focus on the film, not the personalities involved. Meanwhile, fans are cautiously optimistic, sharing their thoughts across online forums. The announcement has sparked debates about redemption, legacy, and what it means to revisit a story as iconic as Snow White. Some are still skeptical, while others are excited about the idea of a fresh start. "I just want the magic back," one fan wrote. "Give me the songs, the romance, the animation style, the forest. I'll be there opening night if they do it right this time." Disney is hoping this kind of enthusiasm will turn into renewed trust and solid ticket sales. The film is expected to enter pre-production by late 2025, with a theatrical release set for spring 2027. Marketing plans are already in motion, including teaser artwork, soundtrack previews, and behind-the-scenes documentaries to stir up excitement. The studio is also in talks with Disney parks to reintroduce Snow White theming at select attractions ahead of the film's debut. Whether this strategy will succeed where the last attempt failed is still uncertain, but one thing is clear: Disney is determined not to let Snow White fade due to one misstep. This isn't just another remake. It's a bold attempt to restore the studio's reputation. The new version hits the right notes. It could remind everyone why Snow White was the film that started it all. Behind the scenes, executives are reportedly laser-focused on consistency, cohesion, and emotional depth. Every detail, from costuming and casting to lighting and the score, is being carefully reviewed to ensure it aligns with the studio's legacy and modern artistic aspirations. Disney seems to understand that no amount of corporate polish can replace true storytelling magic. For Snow White to succeed, it has to feel like a homecoming. Even Disney's harshest critics agree that if any film can restore the studio's tarnished image, it's this one. The stakes are monumental, not just financially but symbolically. Reimagining Snow White once again isn't just a creative decision. It's a test of the company's ability to adapt, reflect, and truly listen. The question now isn't whether Disney can make another version, it's whether they can regain the trust of an audience still waiting for the fairest one of all.